Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, send.
Greetings to everyone. I do not know where Julius Hall is, or he just popped in. And my name is Jabal Teray. And to share this with you all of you joining us for Ebony Sports Reporters with Coach Julius Hall and Coach Rod DeLoach. And again, my name is Jamal Teray, and I'll share this with you all. I come from the Clarence Big House Gaines School of Coaching and Thinking on how you prepare. You have a lot of stuff, so no matter what comes at you, you always got things. You can always flow. Come, y'all know how I do, but I have people on Ebony Sports Reporters who get upset. I give a lot of stuff out there, which means that we'll never be short of anything. And some of our stuff is so timely, it's on point. Because we had a fill in the blank for Deshaun Watson. But guess what? Breaking news on Deshaun Watson with regards to 66 masseuse issues and 24 lawsuits. So we ain't gonna do fill in the blank. We're just gonna talk about Deshaun because we're tied to Deshaun. And so now what has happened, now even the Houston Texans are involved in this. And so again, but I'm not gonna go to our erstwhile coaches who like to complain, but they tell the athletes not to complain. Coach Rod DeLoach, what's your thoughts with regards to what's going on with Deshaun Watson? The recent news.
Hell, I'm mad that I didn't get one of the guys that was on 66.
Oh, God.
Hell.
I did not expect to hear that. Okay, but go ahead. I didn't expect to hear that, America. I didn't expect to hear that. Go ahead, Coach DeLoach.
Yeah, I mean, 66, man, he think he Wilt Chamberlain. But the thing about it is the Houston Texans knew exactly what was going on. They were a part of it. And when he decided to leave, then they tried to expose him. They know exactly what they were doing. And the thing about it, you got to think, Deshaun Watson comes from a very humble house in Gainesville, Georgia. And he's not used to having anything. And he got those millions of dollars, got exploited out in Houston, Texas. The things that he's never seen in his lifetime at his age. And most young people, when they don't have that grounded right or left hand hook in their corner, then they go out and they do things that they figure, hey, I can get away with it. And when they pull the rug from up under, now he's trying to explain why. And I mean, he hadn't done anything criminal. It's kind of embarrassing, if anything, to be the leader of the team, and you got 66. Man. But hopefully he can rebound from it. He's probably going to miss a few games for whatever the NFL code of conduct is for whatever they want to put this in the bucket with. And next year this time, we won't even be talking about Deshaun Watson. So that's my 2 cents on Deshaun.
All right. And Coach Julius Hall, 66 in 17 months. I had tried to do the calculation in my head with regard to that, but 66 and 17 months. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Julius Hall?
I don't think that he's guilty of all 66. He might be guilty of 26, but I got 40 of them people just hopping on the train. He touchy-feely. He a little touchy-feely guy. Lad, listen, everybody in America knows the masseuse parlors are ran by these people who have also prostitution in it also. It's all over. That's how Robert Kraft got caught up down in Florida. So we know what was going on. Deshaun Watson making that big money with the big boys, and some of the owners was probably going there with him or told him where to go at, and he just got hooked on it. It was like a drug to him. So he started frequenting all the masseuse parlors. I'm gonna tell you why he was so stupid. You know what he should have did, Coach Rob? He should have opened up his own damn masseuse parlor. Then he could touch all of them.
House party.
That's all you had to do. You had to go all these places. Then all you had to do was go to those places and say, I got a better job for you paying double. Send them over there if you lack that much. Come on, man.
House party.
Okay.
Now you caught up.
Okay. And again, we start out always, and people are not jumping on the bandwagon regarding Brittany Griner with regard to what's happening with her in Russia. And so now they have websites with regard to support Brittany with regards to that. But then we move on to something else that is happening too, that has occurred. And it is this. The Carolina Panthers has a transgender cheerleader. What's your thoughts with regards to Julius Hall? You the first person I'm coming to. And why you put your head down, Coach Julius Hall? What's your thoughts with regards to the transgender? The transgender cheerleader with the Carolina Panthers.
Well, more power to them, I guess. You know, they want to be on the field with the women coaching and the women refereeing, women umpiring. You got the women wanting to play in the NBA. They got their own football league. So transgender women, a transgender person, I guess, has a right to be on the be a cheerleader. So it's just hey, I'm speechless right now. So you got to get at the Coach Rob, man.
Okay. And Coach Rob DeLoach, and they said and suggested that the transgender cheerleader still maintain their bald scalp, their bald head, clean shaven cut. What's your thoughts on that with the transgender cheerleader for the Carolina Panthers?
Well. Here we are. 2022. The year of change and the unknown. And the Carolina Panthers probably the only one of the first to announce that they have one. I'm quite sure there are others on other teams in the league, and they just getting ahead of it for some publicity as well. I don't think it's any different than having the gay cheerleaders, men cheerleaders out there that we see. And unless you're a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, who gives a damn about the Charlotte Panther cheerleaders? Cheerleaders weren't made famous, so the Cowgirls came out with it. So, and I can tell you, Jerry Jones ain't about to have no transgender cheerleaders, so you can forget it. So it's a moot point. It is what it is, but nobody talks about the cheerleaders unless they're Cowboy cheerleaders. So, not a big deal to me.
Well, I will say this, Coach DeLoach, just to clarify a point that it's not just gay cheerleaders, males who are there. Julius Hall was a cheerleader at Tompkins High School, and he's not gay. So I just want to share that with you. So we just gonna make sure you realize that.
I'm gonna have to defend Julius because you and I saw him the other day. You talking about the other Julius Hall, right? Because you can't be talking about me. It
I'm
was
talking
two of them
about,
at the school at the same time.
so the president Julius Hall of ATR Our Black Media. That's what we're talking about. So
No. I used to have people cheering for me.
That sounds
You know,
about right.
you know, number three. You know, I used to have them cheering for me. And look at ticket.
that's right. That's right, Tim. Who would have thought? He was a cheerleader. That's right. He was a cheerleader. That's right. He was in his white and blue. He was in his white and blue,
Blue and
cheering
white.
on those Wolverines.
Blue and white. Get it right.
So, and we're still going to segue to something else because since this is Pride Month right here, and the city of Savannah has honored and recognized that today at City Hall, and Julius Hall was there. But then Tampa Bay baseball players, they were wearing a decal with regards that was commemorating, Pride, acknowledging Pride Month, and that you had at least 5 players in particular. There were 5 pitchers who refused to wear it. What's your thoughts with regards that some of them alluded to the fact that they are Christians and that went against their beliefs, that they could not support it? So, Coach Rob DeLoach, what's your thoughts with regards to that?
Well, if that's what they believe in, then and the organization didn't force them to do it. And it may have been in their contract because, everything now, you get the details of certain things that they can have written in their contracts. And those guys probably were smart enough to get be forward thinkers and say, hey, we don't want to be a part of X, Y, and Z. And it was written in their contract. So I don't think they just did it on their own. When you got 5, now you might have 1 or 2 outsiders, but when you have 5, that's collective, and they've already arranged that they wouldn't support that. Because you got to think, when they have these agendas coming up for the upcoming season, everybody knows. It's not a surprise. So when they probably talk to their agents and they agree, up front that, hey, if the team wants to do it, that's fine, but that's not what we want to do. And we'll put it in our contracts.
All right. Coach Julius Hall.
You really want me to answer this question?
Yeah, that's why we have Ebony Sports Reporters. That's why we bring up the topics that some people don't want to talk about.
You gonna make me go Stephen A. Smith, Chris, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharp on this one here. Listen.
Hey, we got something tied to them too. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a minute for this because I want people to understand that you just can't make somebody do something that they don't believe in, especially when this is a Christian country mostly. And then you're talking about having them to celebrate something that is supposed to be immoral. Now you're really breaking the rules. They can't do anything. They got some in their contracts that they can't do immoral things. But here's the league telling them to do something contrary to what they think is what they practice in their religion. No, it's not fair. The whole league should shut it down because here it is, you're celebrating something the Bible talks against. Now, this country is just crazy for doing things that's just out of this world. Every country has its own little things. In the Arab countries, they marry their first cousins and all. They have these honor killings if you don't honor the marriage, and you marrying your first cousin. They marry at 12 and 13 years old. This country here, back in the day, you used to marry at 12 and 13 years old in this country right here. So it's all kind of laws and rules and stuff, but it doesn't say anything in the Bible against that. But it does say something in the Bible against that. And you can't make those guys do that. And they should not be penalized, scrutinized, or criticized.
All right.
Okay.
And to clarify a point, also Jews do the same thing. Right here in the United States, they married their first cousins. So that is possible. You can marry. So just to throw that out there. And so again, to show you something about Ebony Sports Reporters, our topics are timely topics. We come up with our topics days in advance, like nearly a week we come up with it. And one of them was this right here. It was What's up with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout in them with regards to the Angels? Again, the Anaheim Angels. What's up with that? And guess what happened? We came up with that over the weekend. Well, excuse me, like Friday. And then guess what happened? Bam, Joe Madden is fired. So what's up with the Angels? So that's why I said anybody checking. Oh, Lord, Jesus, God, dog. I thought we had freedom tonight.
I'm here. Hey,
you had said in your contract.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
You had said in your contract you were not going to be here tonight.
Hey, I took a hot shower, and I had to fight that Atlanta traffic, but I'm here. I ain't gonna leave Coach and Jules by themselves with you.
Can we go back and let him answer the last question?
Yeah, go back. Hey, y'all see my gray? Hey.
Yeah, I see that.
I thought you had a weave.
Nah.
I thought he had one of them things on with it.
Yeah.
No, I just washed my ass. That's all. Hey, Jesus. Hey, Jesus.
Hey, how you doing?
I know you didn't want me here, but I'm here. Now move on.
I thought I had them to myself. I thought I was gonna be able to whip up on them, but now you here. I said, okay, all right. The question is this: what's your thoughts about the transgender cheerleader for the Carolina Panthers?
Man, I got on my cheerleader suit. I mean, hey, man, leave that man alone. To each his own, man. Hey, if you can play football, you basketball or whatever, man. If Bruce can turn into Bruce, hey, anybody can do something. So I'm gonna tell you this here. Long as he don't be jumping up and down and shaking what he got to shake, I'm good with it, man. Trust me.
That's what he will be doing. He will the transgender cheerleader will be cheerleading, shaking up and throwing out all of that. So again, and if you've seen some of the outfits, it's like, okay, it's all out there. And I thought y'all might have made some comments with regard to that because y'all do like tight bodies, because that's what. But also what's going on is that you have 5 players on the Tampa Bay Rays who did not want to wear the patches that they had for honoring Pride Month this month right here. Tampa Bay Rays, when they say, hey, we're going to have a patch on that's going to give some honor to Pride Month, and 5 of the players, baseball players, pitchers in particular, refused to wear the patch because they say because they're Christian values. What's your thoughts on that? And then we'll move on to the next subject. That's what your homeboy Julius Hall wanted to do. And it came out tonight that Julius Hall was a cheerleader for Tompkins High School, that he was a cheerleader. Don't say anything about that, Bernard Brown, Coach Bernard Brown. Everybody already got it. Tiffany and all of us got it. It's been put out there. He was a cheerleader for Tompkins High School.
Hey, I don't know about all that. Hey, he wasn't no cheerleader when I was going there in 80, 81. So I don't know about all that. So I know my partner wasn't no cheerleader. He probably was cheering for in the stand, but I know damn well he wasn't no cheerleader. I know he wasn't no cheerleader with no pom-pom. Come on.
He had on ready, okay. Julius Hall.
I think you got it misconstrued. I married the cheerleader.
Okay.
No, I know. That's how you met her. That was because you were cheering too.
But it worked. It worked.
Hey, but hey, he married a cheerleader. Thank you. I ain't got to defend you, my partner. You married a cheerleader.
That's right.
Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna say this here. Atlanta's probably one of the number one city right now when it comes to bisexual, homosexual, gay people, whatever you call them. At the end of the day, it's like this here, start judging people. You know what I'm saying? Be who you are. If God made you and that's who you are, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? You think these people wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna change my sex gender because of this or that"? No, you. This my opinion. This my opinion now.
You ain't got but 30 seconds on your opinion.
Oh, okay.
You got the whole show.
Why you interrupting me, man? I done told you about that. Damn. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it 10 seconds, man. I swear, boy. You. Hey, like I say, to each his own. I don't have a problem with none of them. At the end of the day, hey, I'm an all man. Everybody on here all man. So if you got a problem with somebody gay or whatever hitting on you, whatever, then you need to check yourself and look in the mirror. And at the end of the day, I have, gay members in my family, my nephews, my nieces. So
damn.
I think his phone probably wrong.
All right. Move right along.
You muted.
You're muted. You're muted. You're still muted.
You muted.
That's Coach Bernard Brown.
yeah.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Let me tell you this, and then I'm gonna move on. Don't ever put out an application with Obamacare, and then you give these people your telephone number. Man, they gonna blow your phone up. I'm like, come on, man. Damn. I'm in good health. I don't need Obamacare. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. And I'm scared to ask you this question. I'm gonna try to be fair. You only got 30 seconds. We got to move on to other topics. 30 seconds. 30 seconds on this, Coach Bernard Brown. 66 masseuses in 17 months. What would you do if you had 66 masseuses in 17 months? What would you do, Coach Bernard Brown? Is that possible for you? Hey. We're not talking about Deshaun right now. We're talking about you. Is that possible for you to have 66 masseuses in 17 months?
Nah, it's not possible for me. If I got one good one, I'm gonna stick with that one at the end of the day. But I don't know what's wrong with that little young fella, man. You know what? My thing is this, man. Everybody can't be lying. 66? Come on. Man, you got to be one horny brother.
I'm pissed off that I wasn't with him. Shit. All right. My wife's gone now, so I can talk.
Hey, but you know what? I'm telling you right now, man. Y'all. Hey, I'm gonna leave it like that. I ain't gonna.
Right. That's right. We're gonna move on. So what's up with the California Angels? Also, Anaheim Angels. What's up with them? Because again, Shohei is doing what he got to do. Mike Trout's been injured. Other stuff he ain't been doing. He need to do, and they've been losing. They've been losing consistently. What's up with the boys, the Angels?
And they fired the manager.
Yeah, they fired Coach Joe Madden. That's why I told folks. See, we came with this last week, and so see what hadn't happened. Bam, we got fired. Now, Ebony Sports Reporters, we're timely. So, what's your thoughts on that, Coach Bernard Brown, with regards to what's up with the Angels?
They need to go on with the Angel. That's all they need to do. They go on with the Angel. If they ain't gonna beat the Yankees, and they ain't gonna beat the Braves, so they just need to go on with the win. That's all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been good in what, about 3 years now?
Longer than that.
They've been good. Just that they haven't been able to make it to the playoffs like they needed to. But Shohei, he's been stellar. So that's why even John Smoltz is saying that if he just concentrate on baseball, he will dominate the American League. Pitching, just going to concentrate on pitching, not even with regard to hitting, that he will dominate the league. So, Coach Rob DeLoach, what's your thoughts with regards to the Angels? What's happening with the Anaheim Angels?
Well, part of it is they're a small market baseball team. And when you got the LA Dodgers, nobody really cares about Anaheim. And then Mike Trout, he's one trick pony. Either he's gonna ground out or he's gonna hit it out. So with them being a small market team in California, they kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Matter of fact, I think it's the Dodgers in San Francisco, and the Padres may be more popular than the Anaheim Angels. Mm-hmm. You take Mike Trout off that team, we're not even talking about them. And
Right.
I thought with them bringing Joe Madden in, who's a World Series coach, who's won, that it would elevate them to the next level. But like I say, being a small market team, it's hard to overcome that in that big market with the Dodgers and the Giants and then the Padres.
Okay. All right, Coach Julius Hall, what's up
Well,
with the Anaheim Angels?
you have to believe in yourself. These are all professional baseball players. They're being paid millions of dollars. They should produce. You can't tell me Shohei and Mike Trout is the that they can't win a game without them. If you can't win a game without those two players, then you don't need to be in Major League Baseball. You know, your pitchers need to be pitching better. Your hitters need to be hitting better. Somebody got an opportunity with Trout out to step up and become a superstar. That's what happened to Tom Brady when Bledsoe got hurt. We would have never heard about Tom Brady. Tom Brady would have been on the bench if Bledsoe didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So these players got to believe in themselves, understand that they are just as good as that other player, and start producing. Other than
that, you're right. Because if Jamal did get hurt, you wouldn't have heard about America After Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he got hurt.
And if you didn't throw your boy across the fence, Jamal would have never got in the game.
That's it. Ronald Wilson.
I know how to take my hits, America. I know how to take my hits. I'm taking my hits right now. I'm taking my hits for the common good. And so we'll move on to this right here. And what has happened? Los Angeles Rams now has the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL and also the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. You got Aaron Donald and my boy Cooper Kupp. What's going on with that? What's your thoughts with regards to that, Coach Rob DeLoach?
Hey, see, when you're a big market team, money is not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what has happened with the Rams. They can afford to make Aaron Donald the highest paid player in the league, you know, because it's a big market team. He playing any place else other than in probably Cali, he doesn't get that type of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with it. And then, you know, he's dominant. He's the best defensive player in the game. He's probably the best we've seen since the likes of Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, you got a plan for him. And he's young, strong brother. And then with Cooper Kupp, you know, they've been looking for the great white hope for a long time. So now they got one. So they're gonna pay him. And I'm excited for, you know, this upcoming season because now they're defending champs, and we're gonna see if they're still hungry enough to want to compete like that.
Yeah.
A good point. And Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts with regards to that? Because the Rams are saying people trying to figure out, well, hey, the salary cap. But just like Coach DeLoach saying, seemed like the Rams like saying we need to sweating that.
Yeah. You know what? I like what LA and the Dodgers all them doing because they got good ownership. And Magic got his hand in all of them. They got good ownership, and they're going to play their players. And the boy got paid, but with him paying that wide receiver, okay, he's getting his money, but you got to look at who's on the other side. If Beckett, if he's not on the other side, taking some pressure off him, then what little fella going to do when he double team or whatever like that? So, you know, maybe he need to get some of that money to Lil Beckett so they can go ahead and sign him because he's still out there. He's still a free agent. I don't know what they're waiting on.
And he's still injured.
And he's still injured, but a half of him is better than most of these wide receivers in the NFL.
Well, that's why I say I'm excited about the season because with him not being there, we're going to see if Cooper Kupp is that same guy. And the guy that they brought in, Robert somebody to see if he is that guy as well. So, you know, Matt Stafford, we're going to see if he's that dude. And like what most of the season, the defense is going to carry him anyway.
Yeah. And matter of fact, we are old school. When Jerry Rice was on that other end, Terrell Owens was on the other end. So pick your poison.
Or John Taylor.
And John Taylor.
Yeah.
So pick your poison. So we'll see what the little white fella gonna do. You know.
All right. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regard to this? What the Rams had going on?
Well, I watched this kid since he was in college. He is the truth.
Which kid?
Cooper Kupp. He is the truth. He's a bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bad boy. You know, he's had one of those special talents you ever had. We had one on our team, you know, that was just that athletic. Troy Alford went back when we was in high school and coming up playing midget ball and all. I think Troy here selling cars or something somewhere here. But we had, you know, you get those special ones, and he's special. But in order for him to be special, he has to have a great quarterback that can deliver that ball there. So hats off to Matt Stafford also, because Tom Brady became Tom Brady because of Drew Bledsoe getting hurt. Drew Bledsoe was what that boy with the Lakers always getting hurt.
AD.
Yeah. That's who Drew Bledsoe was. So Tom Brady knew his time was coming because Tom Brady wasn't that stellar in college. He wasn't. But anyway, Cooper Kupp is the truth, and Matt Ryan got to deliver the ball. You ain't nothing unless that quarterback can get it there. If Matt Ryan was throwing him the ball, you would never hear about Cooper Kupp because it'll be an interception going back the other way.
Yeah, true that.
All right. So we now move on to this subject matter. Again, timely. Again, as I shared with Ebony Sports Reporters, timely subject. And we had this last week. We had this up, and it is, what does Nia Long need to do to win? What does Nia Long need to do to win? Coach Julius Hall. What does Coach Nia Long need to do to win? But y'all know, ML Duca. You know, go ahead, Coach Julius Hall. What does Nia Long need to do to win?
Well, all I can tell Nia is whatever you're doing, I guess it's working. Because they winning. She don't need to do nothing but to win. She already winning. She got him winning. She got him coaching at a higher level that we never seen before. So whatever Nia Long doing, she doing it right. Holes and all.
I'm gonna tell my wife she need to text her. Said I want to win too.
Yes,
Touchdown on that, buddy.
Coach Bernard Brown, what does Nia Long need to do to win?
Man, I am so surprised of Nia Long coming with these X's and O's, man. I mean, man. Who taught her how to do the X's and O's, man? That's why they win it. I was like, man, who? Hey, they ain't gonna win the series, but we gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy it while they lasting. Trust me.
Now, if they win tomorrow night, it's over for Golden State.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna win tomorrow night.
They don't want to win. They got the ratings. They got to get their money first. They don't want to be.
No it's going
series.
to 7 now. It's going to 7 now. Yeah, it's going to 7 now.
And,
but you know what? I got to give him credit, man. That boy Jalen. Like I said, I never thought Jalen Brown would come the way he playing now. When he was growing up and everything, and looking at him and seeing him, that boy Jalen is balling. He's balling.
Well, go to State.
And he got the best. He got the best last name in the world, Brown.
We're gonna move on. Coach Rob DeLoach, because you were the one that taught Nia about you, or you told us on Ebony Sports Reporters, it is Nia Long's team. You were the one that said that. It was Coach Rob DeLoach who said that. So what does Coach? I keep saying, Coach, what does Nia Long need to do to win?
She's going to win because she looked at Golden State and saw them light-skinned boys on there and say, I don't like them light. And they short.
Hey, I don't know, huh? He light.
Yeah, but he ain't yellow. It's a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So Nia got the secret sauce. And when you got the secret sauce, he got him performing at a very high level. He's making all the right decisions, in game. If Boston can figure out the third quarter, and she may need to talk to her husband about the psychological part of finishing the game.
Yeah.
Because they cannot play in the third quarter. I don't know if they get comfortable. Or they got the masseuses in there that Deshaun Watson got at halftime. And it takes them a few minutes to get back going. But third quarter, man, they just have not matured to know how to come out and crush a team in the third quarter. And, but they come back somehow in the fourth quarter and hold on. But I think at some point, the longer the series goes on, the more apparent it's going to be that Boston can't play 4 quarters of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now we move on to this, Coach Rob DeLoach. How do you think Mark Jackson is feeling? How do you think Mark Jackson has been feeling these past couple of years and right now?
Well, Mark, I thought would get an opportunity to coach again. But when you have all of these ex-players, young coaches coming into the game, I think he's probably done. He's probably missed his opportunity at this point, because you got to think all of the black coaches in the league now, they're young guys that actually played, 3 or 4 years, 5 years removed from playing the game. And so they're not recycling the Mark Jacksons like they did the Lenny Wilkins and, those guys when they played. So he does an outstanding job commentating. And as long as he wants to do that, I think unless somebody fall off the cliff, Mark Jackson probably won't coach in the NBA again.
All right. And Coach Julius Hall, Mark Jackson, some will go and say he was the one that created this dynasty that we see in Golden State, but he did not get to basically enjoy the harvest from the vineyard. So how do you think Mark Jackson is feeling? What's the thoughts with regard to Mark Jackson?
Well, Mark Jackson, I think he will coach again because he has that fire to want to help. He can help advance a player. He knows how to bring out the talent in players. He was a hell of a ball player himself. He played like nobody else was on the court, and that's what it takes to believe in yourself. And that's what I was talking about with the Angels. You got to believe in yourself. And Mark was just a bad boy back then. But
until he met Kobe.
Yeah. But I think that he'll coach again because somebody's going to have somebody who can build that talent. Because think about it. The players that are coming up now, after a while, guys our age ain't going to know these players. Bernard probably know them because he see them all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just
that's probably
be,
another part, Julie. That's probably another part because, and I don't want to cut your time off, but when you get coaches that can relate to these younger kids, is the way that they're going to. So if you're me and you can't coach these young kids now, and that's why Magic couldn't coach because he couldn't relate.
Right.
So they get coaches now that can relate more so to these kids. More so than traditional coaches, because most of them played at a very high level and they can kind of relate to them, if that makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See, even Brad Stevens, he was a good coach, but he couldn't get over the hump. Dopa comes and now he's in the championship his first year with the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And they did the change, and they made the change on the team, did the 180 back in January when they now went on the best streak. So, exactly. Coach Julius Hall, you finished before we go on to Coach Bernard Brown.
Yes,
let him answer the question. All right, Coach Bernard Brown. You ain't got 5 years to answer it, okay? You ain't got 5 years to answer. Just let you know that. But we got some other topics too.
Well, let me tell you something. Right now. You know what? I get you saying it. Don't worry about it. Hey. It's two things that I think really is hurting him. Mark Jackson is his religion. He had a big going out. It was about his religion going out with the young players. I don't know what happened, but something really and truly happened. So he's getting blackballed on that. Then when he made a comment that I think people took it the wrong way, he said that Steph Curry is ruining the game. What he said, it wasn't no knock on Steph Curry. It was more like Steph was changing the game. So people took it the wrong way, like, oh, he got fired, so he bashing the Warriors. Now it's not that. Mark Jackson's a good player. He's a good X and O. He's a good coach. But I think right now his time has passed because these young kids, young coaches can relate to young kids, and young kids can relate to the younger coaches. But I'm gonna call out a name right now, and I want y'all to remember this name. This guy's name is Robert Young. He's in middle school. He's probably about maybe 10 years old, averaging 35 points a game. He's going to be at the Nike Invitation in Miami. This boy is must-see TV. Trust me on that. That's all I got to say.
I might have seen that young man. Jamal do him next week, and we'll be able to talk about him. I think I saw him. He could dribble like hell.
Man, this boy bad. This boy bad.
I think I saw him. He had a YouTube thing on it. But Jamal, bring him up next week so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just hadn't met Ray Ray from the hood yet.
Not Ray Ray. You better stay away from Becky.
Ray Ray gonna undercut him.
We're now going to move on to another topic. And this topic is, what is the most ridiculous or crazy name for a team or mascot? The most ridiculous name for a team or a mascot. Coach Bernard Brown, what's the most ridiculous team name that you've heard?
The Running Orgasm.
Okay. Yeah. Coach Rob DeLoach, what's the most ridiculous or crazy name that you've heard for a team or mascot?
I would say the Washington Commanders and their defensive coordinator.
Okay. All right. Coach Julius Hall.
The Skunks. And they stunk just like a skunk did.
They stink.
Okay. And I go and say I still have issues, even though some people may not look at it like that. But the Guardians, I'm like, even though they have that in Cleveland, but I'm just like, that don't have that but you talk about that just don't give me that that fire. But yes, we'll move on. We now go on to, with regards to the Saudi Golf League, the Saudi sponsored golf league. So we now start out with regards to that. Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on it? Because the PGA saying they were going to basically like bar any of their players who were going on to join the league. But then what happened? U.S. Open, British Open, the Masters, they can still allow people to come and play because it's not controlled by the PGA. What's your thoughts with regards to that? Because they talk about all of the hatred that's done by the Saudis towards women, sexual orientation, and immigrants who are there, migrants who are there working.
The Augusta National has more pedophiles and homongers attending it than anything in sports history. They're down there having all types of stuff going on, and I know because I know the people who supplying it for them. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing some crazy stuff. They're ordering stuff, I just know these people who tell me what's happening in Augusta. So now you want to talk about the Saudi Golf League. The Saudis got that money. The prince want to play a little golf. He gonna cheat. We know he gonna cheat. Nobody's gonna say anything because he gonna be giving them $1 million under the table just to come. They got $1 million appearance fees. I'm going.
Take me.
So that's what I think about the Saudi Golf League. More power to them.
And Coach Bernard Brown, because they're saying you are guaranteed, even if you're not successful, $120,000. What's your thoughts with regard to the Saudi Golf League and with the PGA and what's going on?
Yeah, and I'm gonna break it down to you because I'm a golf fan. It's like this: if you lose, you still getting $120,000. On the PGA Tour, if you lose, you get $0. All right. So at the end of the day, Phil Mickelson, He got $100 million to play in this series. It's an eight game series. The average purse is $10 million. Okay, Dustin Johnson, they chasing the money. And if you still can play in the United States Open and you still can play, hey, and they had on there chasing the money. I mean, they throwing out the money, and at the end of the day, if you come in last place, if I'm on the PGA Tour and I know I'm coming in last place, but I know I'm getting $120,000, man, I'm gonna drink my beer and I'm gonna putt and
No.
hey, now that's a touchdown on that one.
Touchdown all the way.
If I'm sucking, if my average score is 105 and I'm getting 120 million, man, you done lost your mind.
All right, Coach Rob DeLoach, what's your thoughts with regards to the league and the
If I'm getting
PGA?
that kind of money, I'm gonna be over par every hole. Hurry up and get me out of there. 'Cause that's the least I'm gonna get. I'm not even gonna waste some folks' time. I'm hitting everything. Hurry up and get me over. I'm done. I can say I hit this hot ass son in Saudi Arabia. I'm hitting other people's balls. I'm hitting 500, and I'm done. What? And I ain't never coming back to America. The hell with y'all.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Hey, but the funny part, when they introduced Phil Nicholson, guess what song they was playing today? The OJ. The OJ.
Oh, really?
For the love of money.
Hey, you're gonna hope they have a tournament every day, isn't it?
I'm trying to say.
I know it.
I'm gonna be like Sunshine. I ain't never coming back home.
I ain't never come. Hey, put your mom on the phone. Put your mom on the phone, baby. I ain't coming back home no more.
I ain't coming back home. Put mama on the phone. I ain't coming back home.
Hey, you know what? We driving to the tournament. No, we coming in last place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
120,000. I'm coming in last place. He don't gonna be late.
Tax free. He got to worry about me. Hey, by the time they get finished, I'll eat up all the snacks.
Hey, they got a tournament a week. In 10 weeks, you a millionaire.
I know it.
Hey, and I'm gonna come out there like I'm ready to play too.
Boy, we gonna be looking good. Hey, and if my part in the bushes, all I'm gonna do is let us stand in and drop another ball.
And I will say,
my balls. They're gonna be so far off course. They ain't gonna worry about it.
and to America, I never thought I'd get these type of responses. I never thought so. Yeah, okay. All right. We'll move on to something, and this is a little local. This is a little local special right here. The Ghost Pirates are the Savannah Clovers. The Savannah Clovers is the semi-pro team here for soccer, and the Ghost Pirates is the semi-pro hockey team. Which one will get the most support? Coach Rob DeLoach, which one will get the most support and still linger around, still be here?
Man, both of them gonna be going out the door at the same time on the same U-Haul.
Coach Bernard Brown, who will get the most support?
Hey, stop or keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving.
So, Julius Hall, which one will still get the support? Because, you know, the Ghost Pirates will be playing at the Inmark Arena, and I forgot where the Savannah Clovers will be, because that is our soccer teams that we will all be supported. We'll be wearing their jerseys. Don't y'all know that?
Well, I believe that the soccer team will outlast the hockey team. Now, because you just don't have no support for those type of sports here in this city. You know, Atlanta barely making it.
Yeah.
So I would say the soccer team will have more support because everybody has their kids playing soccer, and they'll probably be taking them to those games. But we don't play hockey in this area.
but you all brought them to this area though. But you all brought them to this area.
Your frat brother brought him here.
Well, he's gonna be gone. He's gonna be gone in a minute.
We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
He's going with the Ghost Pirates.
Mr. Producer, mute down. Mute down.
Go
Mute
anywhere.
He may be a Clover. He may be one of them Clovers.
Hey.
Mute them. Mr. Producer, mute them.
Hey.
Please mute them.
She go.
He's
See you
going
later,
somewhere.
bye. Nah, nah, nah.
Hey.
Nah,
Hey.
nah, nah, nah.
That's it.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Hey, move over, R. Kelly. You got another one.
Oh Lord.
DJ, move on, R. Kelly. You got another one.
You got the top bunk. You get the top bunk.
Yeah.
We now move on to Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff, to give her some honor because she graduated from high school and made it to the finals of the French Open. And what's your thoughts regarding Coco Gauff, Coach Julius Hall?
I just love me some cocoa. I love me some chocolate. And I'm just behind her 100%. She's doing what Serena and Venus did when they were young.
Yeah.
So she's the next Venus and Serena. And, I'm behind her 100%. I just love watching her play. She's a great tennis player. She's going to be phenomenal for a number of years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coach Rob DeLoach, Coco Gauff.
Yeah, I like her personality. She doesn't complain like the other young lady. If you step on her toes, she'll cry. But this one here is built a little different. I think she represents, the young ladies that play the game at such a young age, and she plays at a very high impact. So I'm looking forward to continued success from her. Now that she's graduated high school, and she's on a professional circuit that young. There's much success to the young lady and her family.
Okay. And Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts regarding Coco?
Hey, man, great young lady. I give my props up to her mom and daddy. They surrounded her, protecting her. She playing in a white sports. So, for her to be so young, man, she very smart. She go out there and she play, and I love the way when she interviewed, man, you thinking this girl probably about 20, 25 years old. And you know what? Let me tell you why she gonna last long. She got the white folks backing her. In a white game, she gonna be okay. She gonna be okay.
And I think something you said was key also with regard to Coach Brown, that her father is right there, her family, her father is right there in the mix. And that's why I think that has played a role also with regard to helping her be grounded, because her father and mother are right there, but her father, especially her father being right there. And so now we'll move on to this right here. We have to go and ask a question about someone else and their father. That is Trinity Rodman. Trinity Rodman, who is the daughter of Dennis Rodman. And she is a stellar with regard to soccer. What's your thoughts with regard to that, Coach Bernard Brown, Trinity Rodman, who says she's carrying on the legacy of the Rodman name?
Yeah. I've been watching this, trust me, I've been watching this young lady for a while. She's when this girl, she did a goal, and the goal she made went around the world. And she just, to be honest, she just want to be in her daily life. This was Dennis' first child from, the other women, but I've been following her. She a good kid. And Dennis supporting her and everything, but she's a hell of a soccer player. My thing is, I want to ask y'all a question.
Well, I'm gonna let you know that we at 8:57, and we got another show gonna come on, and Mr. Julius Hall. So that I'm saying, we're gonna move on to Coach Rob DeLoach, give his perspective on that, because we don't have no issue with Mr. Producer.
No, I think these young ladies who come from famous fathers are kind of creating their own lane. And, she's going to make a name in a different sport. It's a good thing she doesn't play basketball, that she can get the respect that she deserves for her hard work and dedication. So kudos to her and Dennis for supporting his daughter.
All right, Coach Julius Hall.
Trinity Rodman is special. Dennis Rodman could just rebound. Nobody's going to remember Dennis Rodman for his rebounding because he played with Michael Jordan. But Trinity is better than Dennis. In my eyesight, she's better than Dennis. Dennis was a clown. He was a great rebounder. Couldn't shoot worth a nickel. Shot worse than Shaq, but he was a clown. I like Trinity.
But he's in the Hall of Fame, though. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you on that.
Rebound.
We'll talk about that later. I got something for you on that one. I didn't appreciate it. I got something for you.
So where we are right now, it's now 8:59. It's another show that comes on. We don't need to have no issue with our man, our coach, Julius Hall. So we'll be signing out from Ebony Sports Reporters.
All right. See y'all tomorrow.
All right. Be good.
Watch a rerun. Share. Good night.
All right. Good night.